Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Lindsay Conwell, and I'm an account executive here at iAdvise. We help our brands increase their conversion and automation with personalized co-pilots. Today, we're doing an amazing session on holiday hot takes, what retailers need to rethink about how to engage with their customers to get ahead in Q4. First, I want to welcome our guest, Alicia. Alicia is VP of Content at Retail Touchpoints, as well as the host of Retail Remix podcast. Hi, Alicia. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, Lindsay. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks so much for inviting me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us just a little bit about kind of your background and what you're thinking today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in my role, I cover the retail industry every day.
Mhm.
So, that means looking at the latest data, both from the retailer as well as the consumer perspective, but also covering what brands and retailers are doing in order to keep pace with new economic dynamics, new consumer behaviors, and generally all of the new exciting trends that are happening in this world of commerce. So, obviously, holiday is very top of mind for us right
Very,
now, and excited
definitely.
to dig into some of the trends that we're seeing, some of the conversations we're having. So, hopefully, the folks watching can get some valuable tidbits along the way.
Love that. Fantastic. And speaking of holiday, I think one of the interesting data points that's being talked about a lot is the fact that we've got a much shorter holiday season this year. So the timing between Thanksgiving and Christmas is only 27 days, which hasn't happened, I believe, since 2019. So it's a quite an interesting challenge for our retailers to think through and how are they going to overcome that more consolidated timeline. One of the things that we've been hearing with our customers and our clients is this notion of customer engagement and customer experience. And something that I'd love to throw out there and see what you're hearing and what you think is just this notion that how is customer service being measured in a shopping experience setting? So, for example, are we using KPIs like add to cart, like conversion rate to actually measure the success of our customer service strategy? My bet is no, because I think a lot of times we are thinking about customer service in a post order, more reactive way. And would love to get your thoughts on what you think about this idea where retailers can bring the strategy as well as the measurement of success of their customer service into the shopping conversion experience.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point. I think there's this whole mindset of service being like you mentioned, post purchase, almost reactive strategy. So, okay, this team is going to be here if there are any issues or if there are any very specific post purchase questions, such as, where
Right.
is my order? I
Exactly.
ordered this thing, but it's the wrong size. Can I update it? And I think connecting that to your point around a shorter holiday season, I think consumers are in this mindset of, I'm going to be shopping as frequently as possible, not necessarily buying, but I'm
Sure.
going to be shopping to feel out all of my options, to weigh what new products could be of interest for my shopping needs this holiday season. Where can I find the best prices? And I think strategically, brands and retailers need to be thinking of, how can I be a part of that conversation through service? How can I
Absolutely.
facilitate that comparison, that decision making, and even make some helpful recommendations along the way?
That's fantastic. And I would absolutely say that there's an opportunity here for our retailers to bring that strategy forward in the customer experience. What are your thoughts on maybe how can customers do that today? We're hearing a lot of pros and a lot of grumbles about Gen AI and what that is bringing to retail. It could be an amazing opportunity for retailers to take a step, maybe a small step, into really bringing that customer service strategy into the engagement side of when their customers and buyers are shopping. What are your thoughts on that? What are you hearing out there with your retailers?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point, right? Because for the early stages or days of the generative AI conversation, it was largely tied to platforms such as ChatGPT and
Mhm.
Dolly, which are very consumer first, right? You have an
Absolutely.
input, you have a question, you need to create something, you use those platforms. I think through the realm of commerce, it's a little nuanced, but there
Mhm.
is an opportunity for Gen AI to be a tool that enables similar ideation and brainstorming and inspiration through, again, that service layer pre-purchase. I
Absolutely.
actually saw some really interesting data last
Please.
holiday season. Salesforce found that 17% of online purchases were influenced by AI, both
Wow.
predictive and generative. I think that's an important distinction. And this year, 53% of shoppers say they're interested in using Gen AI for inspiring the perfect present. So, what I'm excited to see is how brands and retailers will be using that. And we've seen retailers like Best Buy, I believe
Mhm.
Walmart even has similar capabilities now where they are using generative AI to facilitate that browsing journey. So, for instance, I am looking for the perfect TV for my husband's man cave. Right. It's a
Of
little
course.
abstract. It's a little difficult to navigate
Yes.
in like core menu features. Right. So having generative AI to support that and to close those gaps is a pretty powerful thing. Even just basic frequently asked questions, being able to guide them to the right content, the right resources. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
something that a brand or retailer can achieve at scale. That's a really scalable use case. And it's something that the retailer service team doesn't have to worry about answering. So, from
Absolutely.
our perspective, we're looking for, I guess, two angles of this. One is the purely operational benefits, being able to give the consumer what they need as quickly and easily as possible, and also helping the service team get those inquiries closed, being able to serve as quickly as possible, and allowing other team members to focus on the higher value conversations. But it's also that engagement and inspiration piece, and I'm excited to see how those different use cases come to life and possibly how they intersect a little bit this holiday season.
Absolutely. And especially with that consolidated timeline, I think some of these more innovative, outside of the box discussions within retail are really going to help their consumers buy more, increase their revenue, increase conversion rates here during the holiday season. That's a lot to think about when it comes to one of the most important times in the retail year. But we're not done with our hot takes yet. Keep your eyes peeled for session 2 of holiday season hot takes to hear more ways retailers can up their customer engagement game in Q4. We will see you then.